I'm presently a state senator, businessman from Huntington, Indiana. I've served and represent the 17th district, which is Huntington, Wabash, and Grant County. I replaced Jim Banks when he moved up to Congress. Now I'm looking to replace Jim as congressman as he moves up for U.S. Senate. Well, what I really like about my background in this role of a public servant, as I have as a state senator, is I'm a businessman. I'm following in my grandfather and father's footsteps. This year, we're celebrating 71 years in the business, and so it's really that constituent service is what we call it in public, but customer service, the golden rule, if you will. I appreciate helping and navigating people through the bureaucracy, through the system, and then also working on making policy that's good for all Hoosiers in the state of Indiana. Well, the issues are huge at the federal government, but the interesting thing, they're very common sense to most of us, especially here in Northeast Indiana, as we sit around the dinner table, lunch table, and the diners and talk about the issues of the federal government. And number one always is securing the border. As has been widely documented, the border crisis has come to our neighborhoods, has come across our country everywhere we go. To have a wide open border absolutely makes no sense. It compromises the sovereignty of the United States. And not only that, if you or I were to volunteer anywhere, we would have to have a background check to know whether we belong in a nursing home or to school. And we have people coming into our country now that we don't know their background, we don't know anything about them, and they're being put off and pushed down the system where they don't even have to revisit a court for 10 years or more. And it's not that we aren't a melting pot. We need to be the melting pot that we are, and there's the backside of the immigration laws that need to be fixed. But we can't get there until we secure our border. So we have to secure our border, know who's coming in, what their intention is, and make sure that we're safe here in America. Well, it's an interesting time. I mean, you have an open seat, so we don't have an incumbent per se, and so it creates a lot of opportunity for people that, as I said, have had these issues around the dinner table or in their family discussions at the holidays, where have you, that have availed them to come into an open seat and participate. I welcome the competition. That's the best of democracy, and a constitutional republic is us coming together to put our ideas out to the public and ask for their vote and support. And in just 39 short days, that process will begin. 71 days, we'll know who the winner is to represent the Republicans in the fall election. So it's a big responsibility. It's an important responsibility. And that's where I think I'm a little different from the other candidates. Having served 8 years now in the Indiana General Assembly as a state senator, the process of knowing how committee works, how amendments work, moving legislation, moving good ideas forward that become policy that's good for everyone is a critical component of my background that will help. It's a humbling experience, and I think most of my competition would say that as well. To get out and go around 13 counties and meet hundreds of thousands of people and find out what their issues are and how the federal government has impacted their business, has impacted their church, impacted their communities. And to be responsible, to be the person responsible for carrying that voice, carrying those ideas forward into the halls of Congress will be something that I will treasure should I be elected. And we're working overtime. I mean, we were working constantly to get our message out, to meet with these folks and ask for their vote. And as we say on the campaign trail, vote Zay in May.